What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, continue with the unveiling of my Madden 18, Madden 17 rosters, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Detroit Lions. Now, this is your first time stopping by, go watch my Philadelphia Eagles one, not only because it's the Eagles and you want to see it, but I gave a in-depth explanation and description about everything you're going to find in these rosters, but a Cliff Note version. The ratings are a combination of my grades, Pro Football Focus, their stats, and all these rosters have, free agents. Every team has their first 3 rounds of picks. For rounds 4 to undrafted free agent, I've included the notable guys based off of my opinion. And at 35,000 subscribers, these rosters will be released to you guys for free. Looking around the web, you're going to find people charging money, which is ridiculous. So these will be free at 35,000. We're, I think 700 away or something like that. We will hit that probably, if we continue like this, by the end of the month. So without further ado, let's jump right in to these Detroit Lions. And as always, if you agree or disagree with any of these ratings, let me know in the comment section below. We've already done a bunch of these episodes, and I'm taking the, I don't know what the best way, the people that aren't dicks and have some thought behind why I should change a rating. I do that. So anyway, look at the quarterback spot. We gave Mr. Matthew Stafford, comeback kid from last year, an 88 overall. A lot of his comebacks and the fact that he was able to pretty much, their 9-7 record was based off him. He kind of played like shit in the first half of a lot of games, but really turn it on in the second half. So I figure 88's about fair for Matt Stafford. Could debatably be a little bit lower, but I don't think you're going to find too many Lions fans that disagree with this. Last year he had 24 touchdowns, 10 picks, and 4,300 passing yards. And it was probably the most clutch quarterback in the NFL last year. I think 88's about fair. Could debatably be a little bit lower. They got Brad Kaya, the quarterback from Miami, late in the draft, who I assume will emerge as the top backup behind Mr. Stafford. At the running back spot, we gave Theo Riddick an 82 overall last year. Theo Riddick, being a pass-catching back. 53 catches on top of 728 yards from scrimmage, both receiving yards and rushing yards. He was a beast, man. 6 touchdowns. I think 82 is about fair for Theo Riddick as he's emerged as one of the top receiving backs in the NFL. Abdullah was injured, but we still have him at a 77. Wait and see what he can do. I assume he's going to be their lead back, or at least, put in that position at the beginning of training camp. Zenner was really, really solid down the stretch, so we gave him a 76 overall. I think he finished the year with 530 yards and 4 touchdowns. Hopefully he can carve out a role. I'm not going to lie. Zenner looked better than Abdullah, in my biased opinion. And we have Dwayne Washington here, who got a 69. At the fullback, we gave Michael Burton a 78. Definitely one of the not crappier fullbacks in the NFL. Wide receiver, we gave Golden Tate an 87 overall last year. Golden Tate finished the season with 91 receptions for just shy of 1,100 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. So, I mean, he's serviceable. I don't know if he's ever going to be that guy that's a bona fide wide receiver 1, but he's going to be an elite wide receiver 2. We have Marvin Jones, who really started out hot. I drafted him in fantasy. Started out exceptional for the first, 6 weeks. And then did shit all down the stretch. But his stat line was decent, so we gave him an 82 overall. I think he finished with 55 catches for 930 yards and 4 touchdowns. But he was leading the league in receiving for the first, 4 or 5 weeks. And then I don't know what the hell happened, to be honest with you. And then we got TJ Jones here, 69. We got Kenny Golladay, who I really like that pick out of North Carolina State. Obviously, you got to edit the height and weight here. He's like 6'4", 210, 215. But because of the offline player management limitations, I can't edit the height, weight, or the race in some scenarios of players. That's why these are connected franchise mode rosters, so that when you do your connected franchise mode, you can edit all these guys as you see fit. Rashard Ross, 66, and Andrew Terzilli with a 59. Jump to the tight end spot, we give Eric Ebron an 80 overall last year. Ebron finished the season with 61 catches, 711 yards, and 1 touchdown. Obviously, people still think he's underwhelming for a first-round pick. He's not bad, though. He's nothing spectacular. He's just nothing that great. I think 80's about where he should be, between 78 and 80, around there. They got Darren Fells with a 74, Kahari Lee with a 71, Wick 66, Backman 65, and Jimmy Landis, the snapper here, with a 35 for Jimmy Landis. Jump to the offensive line, Taylor Decker, the rookie. We gave him an 82 overall. Pro Football Focus gave him a rating of an 81.7, so I think about an 82 is fair for the rookie. Great pick. Great first-round pick. Corey Robinson here with a 70. At left guard, Lakyn Tomlinson, we gave him a 72, even though he was not very good last season. Maybe that could be downgraded a little bit. Maybe Lion fans, let me know. He could certainly be one of those guards that's in the high 60s, mid to high 60s, if you guys think that should happen. Dahl here with a 65, and Weaver with a 64. At the center spot, Travis Swanson, we gave him an 80 overall. Last year, he graded out fairly well for Pro Football Focus. So I think about an 80 is fair for Travis Swanson, 67 for Graham Glasgow. At right guard, TJ Lang coming over from the Green Bay Packers. I think he had an 86 Pro Football Focus score. So we gave him an 87. Nice little benefit of the doubt. If he can come back healthy, I know he suffered a pretty bad injury. I think it was in the playoffs. So don't know the availability or the update on that injury. But if he comes back fully healthy, man, this Lions line ain't going to be easy. Brandon Thomas here with a 67 for depth. And at right tackle, they got Rick Wagner. They paid elite money to bring him over from the Baltimore Ravens. And last year, Rick Wagner got a Pro Football Focus score of about, I think it was 83, 84. But, you know, 82 is about where I think he should be. But could be bumped up. Maybe we could give him 82, be 83, 84. Wouldn't be against it. And we have Cornelius Lucas with a 69. But overall, very solid offensive line for the Detroit Lions. Down to the defensive side of the ball, left defensive end, we gave Kerry Hyder Jr. a 78 overall last year. Kerry Hyder, I'm pretty sure he led the team in sacks with 8 coming out of nowhere out of Texas Tech. I think 70 is fair. Copeland 65 and Washington 60. Cornelius Washington, and they have Cornelius Lucas. Okay, cool. Right defensive end, Ziggy Ansah. We gave him an 83 overall. A little bit of a down year last year from Ziggy. I think 2 sacks. So I think he was at 88, 87 my old roster, so we brought him all the way down to an 83. Only 2 sacks. Like, unless he was pulling some Brandon Graham type shit where, like, he was just getting a bunch of pressures and no end sacks. I mean, again, this is where I look to the Detroit Lion diehards in the comments. I think 83 is about the good starting point here for Ziggy. At defensive tackle, we give Haloti Ngata a 78 overall last season. 3 pass deflections, a sack and a half, 20-some tackles. Old man, serviceable, but you can definitely tell he's slowing down. Spence here with a 73. I think he came from the Bears in free agency. Jordan Hill, 72. Ashawn Robinson with a 72. You know, maybe we actually could bump up Ashawn Robinson. Maybe make him a 75. I mean, he had 7 pass deflections, 2 sacks, and 30 tackles. So, you know, I'm actually going to tweak that just a little bit because he definitely should be the top defensive tackle depth behind Haloti Ngata. Doing it live here, people. What's his awareness? I bet you his awareness. For a guy that played in a bunch of games, you got to give him at least like a 70. We'll give him a 76. And his pass deflection, what's his jumping at? Give him a little bit better at jumping. What's that going to bump him up to? 73. I think, you know, you could really make the case that he should be a 75, so let me know if I should do that. Left side linebacker, I'm giving the nod here to my boy, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Currently slated to be. Right now, they have Paul Warlow listed as an outside linebacker on this depth chart that I use on our lads. I don't think Paul Warlow has the athletic ability. So I'm going to say my boy, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, because obviously player management is terrible and I couldn't add the extra letters to his name. I think he's a beast. I think he's like a mini goddamn Michael Kendricks from the Philadelphia Eagles. So I want to wait and see. Detroit Lions fans expect good things from this guy if he can stay healthy. Middle linebacker, Jarrad Davis from Florida. Love that pick. Love that pick. Gave him a 74 overall. Only question with him is durability. But I think, you know, when all's said and done, he should hopefully, fingers crossed, you never want to just assume a guy's going to get hurt. He's going to be a beast, and I would guess your leading tackler next season. Paul Warlow coming over from the Atlanta Falcons with a 73, and Nick Bellore, I think he came from the 49ers with a 69. Right outside linebacker, we had Tahir Whitehead, who we gave a 77 overall. Last year led the team with 99 solo tackles, over 100 tackles, and 6 pass deflections. Didn't do much, though, in terms of interceptions, sacks, fumbles, anything like that. So because that was kind of down, he was just a tackle machine. I think 77, 78. I don't know if you can give this guy an above an 80, but if you think I should tweak it a little bit, I can. And we have Antwon Williams, who was really good for us in our Detroit Lions rebuild. I don't think he did a whole lot. I think he had like 20 tackles last year. But yeah, linebacking core, still a work in progress here for the Detroit Lions that they're moving on from DeAndre Levy. Jumping to the secondary, we gave Darius Slay an 87 overall last season. Darius Slay had 2 picks, 13 pass deflections, a forced fumble, a sack, and just shy of 50 tackles. He's really, really underrated. So I think 87 is about fair. We have Nevin Lawson, who we gave a 79 overall last year. Nevin Lawson had no interceptions, but he had 9 pass deflections, second behind Darius Slay. I think he's a very solid nickel corner, 79 with almost 50 tackles. I think that's decent, even though I've always been an underrated fan of Quandre Diggs. They got Teez Tabor in the second round, showing love to my Florida Gators. We gave him a 74 overall. Obviously, you got to make note of the 86 speed, not fast at all. 86 speed, oh yeah, he might be a problem in Madden, but in real life, best tape along with Sidney Jones out of any corner in last year's draft class. So I think you guys get yourself a nice little playmaker here. We had Hayden the Bust from Oakland coming over, 73. Batamisi, 70. Diggs, 70. Carter, 66. And Barnes, 63. And free safety, we gave Glover Quinn an 83 overall last year. Glover Quinn had 2 picks, 5 pass deflections, a forced fumble, and just shy of 70 tackles. So that's about an 83. You know, not as hot as he was a couple years ago. He's starting to get a little long in the tooth, but still a very serviceable free safety. We gave Don Carey here a 71. And at strong safety, Tavon Wilson Sr., we gave him an 83 overall last year. Had 2 picks, 2 pass deflections, had a sack. I think he had the second most tackles on the team after Tier White. Yes, he had almost 90 total tackles. So again, that's an 83 for a very nice safety. That's a low-key solid secondary, especially if Teez can pan out for you guys. You're going to be looking nice. You got Miles Killebrew, you know, another one of those, you know, fan favorites, big hitter, 68. Kicker, Matt Prater. We gave him an 87, man. Matt Prater was a beast last year. 86, almost 87% of his field goal percentage. There you go. There you go. 7 for 7. Field goals over 50 yards. 87. And punter, we got Sam Martin here. They got this fucking, I don't know, Redfern. Hilarious name. But Sam Martin, we gave him an 81. He's a, you know, decent punter. 48.5 yards per punt average, which is, you know, near the tops of the league. So there you go, guys. Those are your Detroit Lions, Madden 18. Madden 17 ratings. As always, if you agree or disagree with any of these ratings, feel free not to be a dick and leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll certainly take it into consideration, especially because I asked for some of your feedbacks on certain overalls. 35,000 subscribers, I will be releasing this, so feel free to share the video across all social media platforms. It'll help me out a lot. Thank you. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace.